Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So today we're going to do a little story time video for you. And we're going to let you know a little bit how we first started as a couple, how we got together, and we're actually going to take a little walk down memory lane.
And also how I got friend zoned.
And also how this guy got friend zoned.
But I broke out of it. Alright, so basically on our first date, we went to, so we're from Toronto. So the first date I brought Yasmin on, we went to a coffee shop. It's a really cool coffee shop in Corktown. Had a really exquisite coffee date. Yasmin kind of told me her whole life story. It was a little much, but I accepted it. And I was like, okay, this chick is crazy, but I already love her. And then after the extensive conversation we had at the coffee shop, I took her over to High Park, where we strolled through the park, had a good conversation. It was fun.
We did. I was being
really
a little
beautiful
bossy.
Day. She's being a little bossy. I was like, oh, okay. Let's see how we're going here. So yeah, that was a good date, and everything was going really well. I dropped her off. We didn't kiss. Never kissed.
No,
but
we were keeping it PG for the kids.
I think she was expecting one. Like when she was leaving my car, she's like,
"Come on, do you not see these lips?
I was like, kissed. Yeah, for sure.
Like 2 pillows.
For sure. I was like, yeah, probably not the first date. I don't want to come off as like too clingy, even though like my guy was like, dude, I love her already. I already love her. But I was trying to be like a macho man, like, yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll call her back. Totally in love. So I dropped her off. She went home. And then she texted me, a couple hours later. And I was like, all right. So this girl's like persistent. So that's pretty cool. But it was the third date. That was the most interesting. So we're talking, texting back and forth. This is about, so I met her, whatever, like, say 3 weeks prior to this third date. So for the third date, I wanted to impress her. So I was like, all right, I'm going to spend, like, a little more money than just, like, a $3 or $4 latte at a coffee shop. So I was like, why don't we go to the ROM, which is the Royal Ontario Museum. So I brought her there.
It was a really nice date.
It was a nice date.
I loved that date.
It was a good day.
Let's have a
nice
redo of that date.
Yeah, we definitely have to. We went to the ROM. Just started checking some stuff out. We were there for like a good solid hour. And yeah, everything was golden. And then I tried to pull a little move on Yasmin.
You try to pull a little
speedball
arm around the shoulders.
Harmless. Like what is? There's nothing wrong with a little arm action like this.
Apparently there is.
Apparently there is. So
I remember where we were. We were in the ancient Chinese area where they had all these cool artifacts. They actually had some terracotta warriors, some really nice ancient paintings. It was beautiful. And all of a sudden, I just feel something brush against my shoulders like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, what the frick are you doing? I'm like, I did not ask you to invade my personal space. And then all of a sudden, just all these thoughts just started rushing through my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, he's pulling a move. Oh my God, is this happening? Maybe are we like moving too fast? And I started to overthink because I overthink everything. And I'm like, oh my God, what happens? Like, he's such a nice guy. I don't want to break his feelings because, I have a fear of commitment and whatnot, which isn't good. Yeah. So I pulled myself together and I looked deep.
Excuse me, sir.
I looked deep in your eyes and I said, I'm sorry, but I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm going through a lot right now,
yeah.
And you seem like a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But I think we should be friends.
And I was like, so I took like 30 seconds. I just went.
Then you composed yourself.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, I just got rejected. I never get rejected. So obviously my world just shattered. I am broken, right? But obviously I can't let her see that, right? So I am melting on the inside. And I go, I muster up all the confidence in my body, and I go, yeah, that's totally cool. We'll play it off cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, I was hurting. I was a wounded deer, just trotting along after a bear attack. But I didn't really know what to say. That was a curveball. It was a simple little wraparound. Like I literally just went. So I was like, yeah. So like, what do you think of that? I guess I got a little too close, and then she goes like a little feisty cat, and she was like, yeah. Listen, buddy. Yeah. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
What? I didn't like.
And
I was
like,
going through some.
Yeah, you're going through some stuff,
time.
whatever. Right? Yeah, no, I understand.
I didn't want to drag you down with me.
So that was the third date. I was like, okay, sounds good. So we kept it professional. We kept it cool.
We kept it in the friend zone. We were friends.
We were friends, and I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. After like I cried internally. I was like, I cried, recomposed myself, and I was like, all right, fine, this is cool. Maybe she'll reconsider. Maybe she won't. Whatever. I wanted to pull a suck fit and just end the date because like if it's not going anywhere, like what am I doing here? So I was like, I'll keep it like I'll be a gentleman. I'll be a gentleman for this woman here. So I was like, okay, kept it cool. Finished the date.
Just gonna rewind back. I remember for myself after I said, "Oh, let's be friends."
Mm-hmm.
The little voice in the back of my head started to chime in, and it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You do not want to be friends. And so I felt an extreme wave of guilt just rush over my body, and I don't know, I really liked you,
mm-hmm.
and you're really, really cute, and then I started to beat myself up internally
mm-hmm.
because I thought I totally ruined it with you. Because I'm like, I didn't want to be in the friend zone. Like,
and I really like this girl too, and I did not want to lose her. I was like, it's like, let's picture a fishing analogy. I casted my bait into the water, and I'm just catching this, like, I don't know, massive fish that you just never would have caught before. And I'm like, wheeling this bad boy. I'm like, holy smokes, I got a keeper, buddy. Just like this, right? And then line snaps. I go, so I thought I lost you, and I was definitely like upset, right? But I was like, maybe if I just keep it persistent, like, maybe she'll change her mind. It's not like she said, yeah, dude, like, you're not hot enough, so we can't date. I'm like, okay. Or you could expect a millionaire. I was like, oh, yeah, probably can't do that either. But, yeah, so it was heart-wrenching for me, too. And I was like, oh, you know, like, this is, like, it's, like, overwhelming thoughts. I'm like, oh, what if this chick, like, never texts me back? And never see her again. Like, I was on, like, 3 previous dates before Yasmin. Like, I was, like, you know, I was dating. I was getting out there, like, meeting women or whatever. And I was on, like, 3, like, notable women who were, like, also kind of, like, listen to me sound like a bachelor. I was choosing the woman. I was choosing my future mate. But there's, like, you know, 3 notable chicks. I'm, like, excluding Yasmin. I was like, oh, yeah, these chicks are pretty cool, too. But, like, there was no, like, heartfelt feeling towards them. It was like, this is just like a woman. She's just like, you know, I mean, all women are unique, whatever, but like, they just didn't hit home. Like, when Yasmin and I, like, the first date, it was so unique. Like, Yasmin's such a unique girl, and just the way that we communicated when walking through High Park. Yeah. Like, High Park was really, really special to me. Like, I still want to get a tattoo of, like, the coordinates of High Park, because that was our first date. Just the way we clicked, it was just like such an emotional bond, and I never, like, it sounds like cheesy, but I'm being serious. Like, I've never really felt that way with anyone. Like, I've had some previous relationships, and I was like, oh, I was still in love, but like this one from the first date, I'm like,
it was like instant.
Yeah, man, it really was.
It was like kind of like that soulmate connection.
It was, and I'm 100%, and I'm not like a typical dude who's like, yeah, whatever, I don't believe in love. This is like a soulmate connection, man. Like, I raced home, called my mom, straight up. I called my mom. I'm like, remember that girl I was telling you I was gonna go on a date with? Yeah. And she goes, oh yeah, how'd that go? I'm like, I had the date, and yeah, I like this chick. Like, I'm not usually one who just goes and falls in love with the first date. Like, I'm a pretty, like, I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm like, I'm very distant and I'm not like too guarded, but I'm like relatively guarded, right? Like, I've had previous relationships and I know how the whole dating scene goes, right?
Yeah.
But this one I was like, just head over heels. And I was like, whatever. Like, I just hope this works out.
I think that's why I actually friend zoned you.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people friend zone people.
Yeah.
It's either someone's like, oh, we're not in the same league. I know that sounds very shallow and bad to say, but I know a lot of girls who've done this say, oh, let's be friends, because there's no real other way to break it to the person for saying like, oh, yeah, I don't want to date you because I feel like we're not in the same league.
Yeah.
If you don't say that, then that's not right. Or the other option is you're just so, like, fear just takes over your body and you're so scared because you're feeling all these intense emotions that you've never felt before. So
Yep.
to break any potential future heartache, you would rather just end it ahead of time instead of like not being afraid and exploring it and seeing where it goes.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Because a lot of people like to jump to the, oh, this is negatively going to happen, and seeing the positive side. It's a 50-50, but some people like to always choose the negative side of that 50-50 ratio.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, if you think about it, like, all the things that happened to you in the past, what do you most remember? You remember your negative experiences more so than your positive experience.
I guess, yeah.
So, you know, like, some people they're like a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
That they would choose that over something else.
True.
And I think, I know, like, I acted out of a place of fear versus a place of extreme great potential because I cared for you so much, and I know how I am. I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I'm very, I have a very, very bold and dynamic personality.
Bold is, the correct word.
I have a lot of energy, and I'm kind of hyper.
Yeah.
And all over the board emotionally, and very dramatic.
Absolutely.
So
and I think,
don't want to...
Absolutely. And I think if you're going to commit to someone, you gotta be vulnerable. Just like you just open up and just be like, if this is gonna be like your life partner, no bullshit, no secrets, no side hustles. I mean, like other people, full commitment. And then if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, right? But if you want it to work, you're gonna have to make it work. And like it takes a lot of work. It's a responsibility. Like if you're gonna, potentially buy a house, which we're like, we want to do eventually. Buy a house, get a dog. We just financed a new car together, and that's expensive. That's vulnerability because, you now rely on someone else.
It's trust.
Right?
You have
trust. Yeah, and just give yourself 100%. And, obviously prior to, do some assessments, right? Like if the guy's like, oh, baby, I love you, but he has like, he's Snapchatting or texting 25 other girls, then probably take a...
or he can't hold a job.
He can't hold a job.
He has his, debt up to his like eyeballs.
Yeah, and same thing with girls, and same thing with like girls for guys, like dudes. If the girl's like, oh yeah, man, like she could play you hard too, right? Mm-hmm. Just for like, with you, there's a wholesome feeling I got from you, right? You can kind of like sniff that on the first date if the chick's like interested. If guys, if you bring a girl out on a first date and she's texting all the time and she is not interested in a date, see ya.
Yep.
Like, straight up, see ya. Like, if she can't even give you the time of day, and she's gonna text you, or she's gonna text, like, someone else the entire time, and she's gonna scroll through Instagram like she's just bored, see ya. Whenever Yasmin and I got together, it was no phones. No nothing. We were literally, like, it was like we were old friends that have reunited. It's like we've never, like, this is the first date I'm referring to. We've never talked before in our lives, like, in person. We lived completely different lives.
Yep.
And the first date was a click. We're like, it was literally like old buddies meeting up. It was really cool. Super sick. If you see that in someone, grab it. Because love is dying. It really is, man. Like, we're millennials, right? Like, I'm 26. She's 23. This day and age, it's getting weird. Like, before our parents would bring like, for example, like my dad used to bring my mom roses to her front door, and he would ask my mom's dad if he could bring her out on a date. Like, that's old school stuff, right? Now it's like people are sliding each other's DMs so quick to, get sexually engaged and then not talk afterwards. Like, what is that?
There's no like real, I feel like in our day and age, the whole manners and like the like courtship, that's what they used to call it, like courting, courting, is just completely thrown out the window. I'm not saying that's like bad, but it does have some negative effects in building a relationship. Yeah. Especially building a relationship where the foundation is trust. Because like, you can't really trust people anymore. Like, if you're scrolling through Instagram and stuff like that, the majority of the faces that you see are totally photoshopped. Like, someone's nose isn't even their nose anymore. Someone's face shape isn't even their face. Yep. So, there's a lot of catfishing going on out there. And, like, people just want to be liked now. That's all they care about. And then, like, I know, as I've seen this in my family, like, people get married and then the people who they thought they married weren't actually the people who they married, and they have a completely other side to them and another personality that their partner never expected them to be. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna wrap this video up. That was pretty intense. That was an intense conversation. Yeah, that turned pretty serious. We have lots more stories to share with you. Like, Yasmin and I have had super like bumpy roads like along our dating life. Like, we're going on almost 2 years here. But we've never been happier, like, with this relationship we have right now. Like, we're living together, just got a brand new car, we got good jobs, like, we're very happy for ourselves, and there's always room for improvement for everyone, right? Like, for you guys too, like, always strive to keep on improving and make the best of that relationship. If that person's going to be your potential soulmate, make sure that's an investment, right? Like, that's a life investment. Yeah, make sure you're good too. If you have a solid foundation, you guys are good to build a house on, right? If there's a crack in that foundation, there's going to be potential problems, right? So make sure you're strong, speaking from both halves. So, like, for yourself, make sure you're strong, make sure your partner's strong, and that will keep a strong relationship, right? Yep. So we're going to wrap this video up. We could talk forever. We could. But we're going to make a part 2, and we're going to basically talk about just relationships, how to build a trusting relationship, what kind of person and what kind of signs that you can see beforehand, whether you want to continue a relationship with that person to have that trusting relationship and have that non-toxic kind of thing that everyone is really looking for. So we are going to make a part 2 to that, and just give you some advice and some tips on how to find that. And some signs that go, stop right there. There's some signs of that. There's some signs of, oh, this could be true love. There could be potential partner matching. Like, we're not relationship advice people by any stretch, or relationship, what do you want to call it? Gurus or therapists by any stretch. We're just two people. So this is, full disclaimer that we're not licensed. We don't have a doctorate or anything. You know what I mean? So this is just two people who are in love, very happy, and we just want to share our information to make you guys, hopefully this can maybe benefit your relationship or help you start to find a partner or whatever, if you want to do that, right? It's like we've learned through, even though we're really young, we've had our fair share of relationships and life experiences that taught us all of this. Yeah. And it's very fortunate that we've learned that at such a young age. And also we've had parents that have taught us a lot too, and kind of lived and learned through everything. Absolutely. Yeah. So tune in next time for, it's going to be part 2 again. And thanks for tuning in for this one here. If you like this content, we're definitely making more videos. So if you guys want to subscribe, we're going to try to make videos maybe once a week or something like that. But who knows? We're super busy, but we definitely are interested in making videos. We're super excited to make videos, super interested, having lots of fun doing it. So click that subscribe button if you want more. Like it if you like this or whatever. And keep on tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you. We'll see you guys soon.